Damian. Oh, Damian. So we're in York. You're sitting on the streets of York. How long has that situation been going on for you, bruv?
A little while, mate.
When you say a little while, you mean years or months?
Yeah, a couple of years.
Couple of years? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean,
it's gone on and off, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? I've got into housing and I've lost it again. Do you know what I mean?
you've had places to live and then lost them, and
Yeah, I've had places to stay and lost them, and this, that, and the other, do you know what I mean? So it's just a recurring event.
yeah. Okay. Are you actually from York, my friend?
Yeah, here and surrounding areas.
Yeah. So obviously that's where you came to. So do you get any help from any homeless organisations or from the council?
Yeah, I work with them. You just got to wait your turn, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you work through them and that, and they sort you out. Yeah, so but you're not actively looking for somewhere to live at the moment. You kind of staying with your situation at the moment, are you, or what?
No, I'm looking for somewhere to live, but
I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you're not, because it's very hard. So don't feel like you have to say anything.
I don't want to be in a situation. I did this for 2.5 years before straight.
Yeah.
And it's been backwards and forwards, and
yeah.
Sometimes it's a choice.
Yeah.
And I just disappeared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need the headspace.
I've heard that from a lot of people.
Well, stress is life. It's the cost of living. That get too much, you just disappear, and you don't get no letters sent to you here, do you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no bills sent. No one comes knocking on the door. You know what I mean? Because you ain't got one.
That's it.
All that sort of thing. So yeah, that's cool. Okay, man. So well, I think that sort of wraps up. Really, we'll leave it there. It's nice to talk to you, my friend, and the best of luck to you. All right. And now here we are at the old Star Inn, York's oldest inn, established 1644. And I think that's the best place for me to go in, have a pint, get my breath back, have something to eat, and start again. So I'll speak to you soon. Hello, mate. So I'm Jim. What's your name, my friend?
My name's Patrick.
So you're sitting on the streets, mate, in York.
I am.
How long have you been homeless for, mate?
Off and on most of my life.
Really?
For different reasons.
Most of your life, bruv. So I'm guessing that's 40, 50 years, maybe.
Close to that.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be far off that.
Yeah, okay.
In one way or another.
I'm just going to explain to people, I've agreed not to film your face because that was fair enough, that's your choice.
Well, it's not really a choice, it depends about what it means, people do things in a manner of different ways, and where that ends up, how that manifests, how that gets used, is
this will go on
few and far between, very different things.
This will go on
I'm just speaking from experience of what I understand of the world.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I'm just going off what I've experienced.
Yeah, if you don't want me to film your face, that's absolutely fine, bruv. All right. Anyway, just to carry on. So what sort of help do you get from, if any, from York Council? I mean, do they do anything? Is there any homeless shelters?
I don't really know the answer to that question. I don't know because I don't know what their objective is.
Because you don't know what, bruv?
Their objective is.
So you haven't really bothered to engage with them because.
What do you mean? Talking to them?
Yeah, trying to get someone to live.
I've talked to people every day of my life.
Trying to get somewhere to live, to say.
I've talked to people every day of my life.
And it's just ended up with you still being on the street, like sort of thing.
I don't know how it's going to end up. Because something has a roof doesn't mean it's a home. It's the easiest way of saying it.
That's an interesting point.
No, it's just an honest point.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. So, I mean, I met a guy in Hull, and he basically said that he'd been homeless 29 years, and that was his life, and he didn't want to get hurt. He was happy the way he was living. Is that
I wouldn't say
are?
happy. I wouldn't say happy. What he means is learned a way to cope with it that doesn't hurt as much as what the rest of it hurts.
Yeah.
Is what he means.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people who know that energy.
He's adapted, as it were.
We don't really have a choice. You sink or you swim, don't you? As they say.
Yeah. Sink or swim. Yeah, true. Yeah. True one, mate. Okay, so basically, York is where you were born and where you were raised, as it were.
It's where I was raised. Yeah, well, outside York, about 20 miles from here, North Yorkshire.
Yeah. So obviously you come to the city when you were homeless? Because that's where homeless people come.
No. I left there when I was really young for a multitude of different reasons.
Right.
And then life got out of my control.
Okay. Yeah.
Had a good few years taken away from me.
Okay.
And then I ended up back here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And I can't say it got any easier. I would have thought it would have, but it didn't.
Yeah.
In fact, it got damn sight worse.
So
nobody's still answered those questions yet. But,
your problem,
that's a different time.
Your problems got worse. You mean?
No,
the sissy.
My questions got worse because of life experiences.
About what life's about what people are about.
I don't know. It could be defined that way, I guess. I don't really know, to be honest, because I don't know the answer to it.
Yeah.
And then me, I don't talk to people. So
Yeah.
I've never asked anyone that question.
Yeah.
I just ask myself it that sometimes.
Yeah,
When I'm at
yeah.
the lowest points.
Well, I think
But outside of that, most knowledge we keep to ourselves because it's the safest way, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're an interesting guy, and I'm glad that I found you to have a chat with. To be fair, you come out with some interesting points. And
Just honest points.
honest points, yeah. So, I mean, don't take offence to it or anything.
No.
But what are you going to be doing later? You know, you still.
I have no idea because I've had a really horrendous day today. It's been a horrible day.
Has it?
Yeah, and it was a really difficult start to the day, and it nearly broke me just waking up and being alive today.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Could end anywhere. Who knows? Might not even. Maybe even with the eyes being closed. Who knows?
Is there a lot of drugs in York, bruv? I mean, there's a lot of drugs everywhere. So I suppose.
I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a bit of a red herring, if I'm honest. I don't think that's a real issue.
Okay.
I think it's a side issue, and I think a lot gets blamed on that because it's an easy culprit.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it goes way deeper than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely agree. I mean, I don't believe that people are homeless because they're on drugs.
It's got nothing to do with it. Usually, I'll tell you what I've found, right? And I'll be really honest. I'll be as honest as I can be with you.
Go on, bruv.
I genuinely find when anyone's got anything in their life that's derogatory and being used against you, generally it's because somebody deems them a threat.
Right.
Or somebody deems that they have certain, or however you want to put it. Either way, somebody feels that they have a problem with them.
Okay.
And there's nothing they can use against them because they don't behave that way and they don't do anything wrong.
Right.
They can't use it against them. So they have to find a way to enter their lives so they can start breaking it down.
Yeah.
And that's an absolute fact.
Okay.
The world can say what it wants, but that is a fact.
Okay. So you've had a lot of bad experiences with people, basically.
I've had a lot of honest experiences with people.
Yeah, which weren't good.
Whether it's good or bad, I have no idea.
Okay.
Time will tell when we leave this world, because that's when it's going to be asked.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, I'll be coming back past eventually, and right, I'll give you a bit of a helping hand if you like.
That would be wonderful. If that's possible, that would be over the moon.
I haven't got it on me at the moment, but I will do. All right.
It's okay. If that's possible, that would be over the moon.
Yep. Okay, so we'll end it there, my friend. All right.
Yeah.
And thanks for talking to me.
Oh, no problem. No problem.